Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Dick poop.
So you guessed it, guys. Judging by the title, you probably know that this is the Oscar Snubs video that I do in the beginning of every single year, and there will be a link to last year's in the box below. So it's going to be a very interesting Oscar Snubs video this year because there's a lot to talk about, but there's a lot of good next to a decent amount of bad. We'll start off, as I always say, did any of the movies that I nominated for the best of 2014 show up in this year's Oscar nominations? Yes, as a matter of fact, 3 out of my 5. One of them happened to be for Best Animated Film, and we'll get to that a little bit later. And the 2 that did make the Best Picture category were The Theory of Everything and The Imitation Game, no surprise. But one of the things that I am absolutely sure about is that I've got a lot of ones that got away that need to be caught for next year when I do those videos. Some of those movies include Boyhood, Whiplash, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Nightcrawler, and of course, Birdman. So many movies in so little time. I'm sorry, guys, but some had to be chosen over others. But I am very, very impressed with all that actually got into Best Picture, as well as some of the other categories, too. Yet there are some that I am not too thrilled about, but of course, like I said, we'll get into that later. So, let's start off with the categories of Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, and Supporting Actress. It was a tough decision because there were so many excellent performances this year, so as far as I'm concerned, with a couple of my own personal thoughts, you did a pretty good job this year, so I'm going to give you one of these. But now let's break it down. I feel that when it comes to the category of Best Actress, Angelina Jolie, because even though Maleficent was not a great movie, I can't deny the fact that her performance as the Disney villainess was spot on. I was also really surprised that Amy Adams didn't get nominated for Big Eyes, and we'll take a look at Big Eyes later on. I was also really surprised that Emily Blunt didn't get nominated for Into the Woods, because everybody was raving about her next to Meryl Streep as far as the performances in that film goes. Into the Woods ended up getting a lot less Oscar nominations than Golden Globe nominations, but then again, that's the Golden Globes next to the Academy Awards. They're 2 completely different kinds of animals. Now, as far as Best Actor is concerned, I have to say that I wish that there were more slots. All the people that have been nominated are definitely great. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a tie this year, because Benedict Cumberbatch, Eddie Redmayne, heck, even Michael Keaton might actually surprise, and of course Bradley Cooper with American Sniper. One thing that I am still very upset about in regards to the Academy Awards is, it seems to me that nobody wants to pay attention to movies from January until December. And it's because of that that all of these movies are literally getting stuffed into the last 2 weeks of the year just so they can show up in December for the purposes of getting an Oscar nod for any category that they can get their hands on. I think there needs to be a cutoff date, and that cutoff date needs to be December 15th. I feel that when it comes to movies that come out after December 15th, you either see them before Christmas, or you don't see them until January. And it also upsets me that a lot of these movies, again, all the Oscar-nominated films for Best Picture are good choices, but a lot of them didn't get into theaters until late in the year, and it's because of that that the movie-going public didn't get to see it. The critics can say whatever they want, but even though I'm a critic myself, I see my movies when the people go to see the movies. Movies like Selma, December 25th, date for the wide releases, January 9th. American Sniper, December 25th, wide release, January 16th. Let's work on the math here, people. It's not so hard. And I believe that they need to just sit in their chairs and they need to take a look at all the movies, because I feel that if they actually gave the first quarter of each year a good look, they would definitely take a look at all those movies that came out in January that were definitely Oscar-worthy and say, you know something? These are great movies. And it's also because of this that some movies don't even get a chance to get any great nomination whatsoever. And I think that 2 of the biggest snubs in that area were Inherent Vice and A Most Violent Year. Not only did A Most Violent Year not get nominated for Best Picture, it got absolutely no awards whatsoever. I believe that Oscar Isaac was worthy of a Best Actor nomination. I believe that Jessica Chastain was eligible for Best Actress. It also should have been nominated for cinematography as well. Unbroken got a cinematography nomination, but that was definitely worthy because the cinematography in that film was great. J.C. Chandor was was more than worthy of Best Director for A Most Violent Year. The movie was definitely a Best Picture-worthy film. It was one of the most original films that I have seen. However, even though it came out on December 31st, again, I don't know if there's a wide release date or if this was just the limited release date, but as far as I'm concerned, that is a great movie. And as of now, I'm going to count it as a January movie. I would be very surprised if this movie gets knocked down by something better. In regards to Best Actor, I really think that Jake Gyllenhaal should have been nominated alongside Oscar Isaac. David Oyelowo, I don't think he should have been nominated. And that's just because of the fact that Ava DuVernay did not do a great job at directing. You know that Angelina Jolie did not get nominated for Unbroken, but you want to know something? She didn't do a great job, and then because of that, movies like Selma, even though I am glad of the fact that Selma got the Best Picture nod, is not really deserving of Best Picture, nor is Unbroken worthy of Best Picture. And those are just my thoughts on that. Throw your comments in the box below with your attitude towards Big Eyes if you've seen it, because I have heard a lot of positive reviews towards Big Eyes, so I'm really wondering if Tim Burton was deserving of an Academy Award for Best Director, or if Big Eyes was even worthy of a nomination for Best Picture. Apparently one of the biggest snubs is in the Best Animated Film category, and the fact that the Lego Movie did not get nominated for Best Picture. First of all, let's take a look at the movies that have been nominated. Big Hero 6, excellent. How to Train Your Dragon 2, that's your winner right there as far as I'm concerned. The Studio Ghibli film, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, definitely worthy. Even though I haven't seen it, I have read so many reviews about it, and everybody says that it is a masterpiece. The Box Trolls, I'm not so sure, but a lot of people have said good things about it, but the Lego Movie wasn't so great, guys. I'm sorry. I really didn't find that movie so great, so I'm not surprised that that movie did not get nominated. Now, in regards to all the fun Oscar categories like Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Effects, Best Sound Effects Editing, I think that all of the movies that have been nominated are worthy. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, X-Men, The Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, I am not surprised. Now, in regards to Best Makeup, I'm really surprised that Guardians of the Galaxy got it, but I'm very surprised that Maleficent didn't get nominated. Once again, I go back to Angelina Jolie looking like the Disney villainess. She was spot on perfect in regards to her makeup. However, if you're going to have to take a look at the whole movie, then I completely understand, because in regards to Maleficent, they just did great with her and didn't really do good with anything else. I'm also really surprised that Big Eyes didn't get nominated for costume design or set decoration, because even though I haven't seen the movie, I've seen a lot of the trailer and I've seen a lot of the clips. It looks very vintage, colorful 60s. As far as short film subject, I'm not surprised that the Disney short Feast got nominated. I absolutely loved that when I went to see Big Hero 6. I am very shocked in the categories for Best Original Score and Best Song. As far as Best Song is concerned, everything is awesome. I would be really surprised if that song didn't win. But I'm very surprised that The Last Goodbye from The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, sung by Billy Boyd and composed by Howard Shore, is not there. And I'm very, very surprised that Miracles from Unbroken, performed by Coldplay, is not there. As far as Best Score, I am very impressed. And I'm even more impressed with the fact that Alexandre Desplat got nominated for 2. But there is a score that I am surprised that did not make it, and we'll talk about that one in a bit. But the one that I am just a fan of, that I really would have loved to see, is a second one from Hans Zimmer, and that was the score for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which they were dubbed Hans Zimmer and the Magnificent Six. It was definitely something different, but don't even get me started on his score for Interstellar. I am rooting for Interstellar to take the Academy Award home for Best Original Score. But now let's talk about the one thing that pissed me off the most. Gone Girl. Gone Girl, Gone Girl, Gone Girl, Gone Girl! No Best Picture nomination. No Best Director nomination for David Fincher. No Best Score nomination for Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. No Best Adapted Screenplay from Gillian Flynn. Why? That was the best movie that I have seen all year. And even though I am sure that the Best Picture Academy Award has a very good chance of going to Birdman or going to Boyhood, I would say the big underdog there is Whiplash. But Gone Girl is worthy of a nomination at best. in any one of those categories. Oh, I'm grateful that Rosamund Pike got nominated for Best Actress, but will she win? I'm not sure. There are very few people that didn't like Gone Girl, and I think that this is a real disgusting thing from the Academy to do. Last year they had 10 nominated films. Why couldn't you keep the 10 nominated films there? You could have thrown in Nightcrawler, you could have thrown in A Most Violent Year, and you probably could have thrown in Into the Woods along with Gone Girl as well. Your system is so flawed and broken, and I can't stand the fact that you guys do these types of things every single goddamn year. As much as I am impressed by all the categories, I still feel that you have a long way to go. And before I close this out, I want to talk about the 3 things that plagued the Oscars in terms of controversy. Why didn't Interstellar get nominated? It wasn't a great movie. I'm sorry, guys. The Lego Movie. Why didn't it get nominated? I'm sorry. It's not a great movie. Why were all the major nominated categories filled with white people and no African Americans? Hence the whole thing with David Oyelowo and Ava DuVernay not getting nominated for her directorial job on Selma. I've seen Selma. I'll put a link to the video in the box below. Ava DuVernay did not do a great job. And it's because of the fact that she didn't do a great job that David Oyelowo is not nominated for his job as Martin Luther King. And everything that was involved in regards to making Selma what it was, it just wasn't up to snuff. I'm sorry. And it's not the Academy's fault. Most of the major films just happened to have a dominated white cast. Not their faults. Was there really anything great this year that involved other African-American actors next to David Oyelowo's performance? Could he have gotten nominated for A Most Violent Year in a supporting role? Sure. I think he's a phenomenal actor. But Denzel Washington, what did he do this year? The Equalizer? Are you gonna nominate Anthony Mackie as Falcon in Captain America: The Winter Soldier? No. Chadwick Boseman, Get On Up? Good, but not great. There just wasn't anything great out there. If there was, it would have been there. I mean, for the love of God, 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture last year. That movie was amazing. And I am so glad that it got all those awards. The Oscars have to have great performances, not good performances. To compare what's been out there next to Benedict Cumberbatch and Eddie Redmayne, Michael Keaton, J.K. Simmons, I mean, you can't knock the Academy for that. You just can't. Put your comments in the box below if you just want to debate a little bit, but that's just the way that I feel. I'm hoping that we get better movies this year, and so far I think we're off to a pretty good start. So for now, that's all that I'm going to say. I am the Lawn Gnome. I will see you in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.